Peace and blessings. How y'all doing? This is Bruce here from Nature's Emporium. We're going to get into how you prepare the raw sea moss. First thing you're going to do is you're going to get you a bowl. You want a bigger bowl than this because you're going to need some room in there. I'm just to show you the size of it. We're going to do one quick rinse with either your spring water distilled, or I'll use alkaline water as well, not tapped out of the faucet. All right, you're going to give it one quick wash. I don't throw away the water. That water can be used as plant food. So I save it because it's a lot of nutrients in the water. So I'm going to wash it one time to get some of that salt off of there. Again, I'm going to save it. After that, I'm going to cover my sea moss. I'm going to transfer it into a bigger bowl. And I'm going to cover my sea moss with our spring water. Leave about 1 inch of water above the sea moss. And the reason you want to do that is because it's going to expand. You're going to put that sea moss in the bowl with your water, cover it with some plastic, put it in the refrigerator. At least overnight, I would say 12 to 24 hours tops. Once you do that, I want you to notice how it expands. Now, this is the same amount of sea moss, but when I pick this up now, it has expanded. I do not add any limes or lemons when I'm soaking my sea moss because I want to make sure I do not affect the minerals and the nutrients that are actually in the sea moss. So now we're going to move on to the next step of actually preparing the sea moss to be blended. Okay, so now some people will just take the sea moss, place it in their blender and blend it up, and then pour it into mason jars and allow it to gel. What I like to do is I like to warm my sea moss up, bring it to a simmer. What that's going to do is it's going to make it change the texture, makes it a little bit softer, gummy. So when we blend it, we can make sure that it gels. We don't have any little bits and pieces in there. All right, I'm going to put the water in there and I'm going to add a little bit of extra water. Keep in mind too, sea moss, when you're adding your water, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So for every 1 cup of sea moss, you're going to add 2 cups of water. So we're going to give that probably about 5 minutes to complete that process. Okay, so now the sea moss, we put it on the stove, we let it simmer. We let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna pick this up so you can see the difference in the texture. I'm gonna take my tongs, put this in my blender. Now we added our 4 ounces of sea moss. We're gonna add that water, puree. Make sure it's not too thick. That looks good though. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this into the jar. Okay, and then we're going to store them in the refrigerator and allow it to cool.